This is the Wii Viewer!
And the littlest Wii Viewer!
And we're gonna review
Yoshi's Woolly World!
for the Wii U. Alright, littlest Wii Viewer. We probably should talk about this, but maybe we should come up with a new name for you. You don't sound very little anymore. My name is the littlest Wii Viewer. I can't even get my voice that deep. To put it in a little perspective, this is how you used to sound. Littlest Wii Viewer, would you buy this game?
No.
But wait a minute. You just said it was awesome and you wouldn't buy it?
I don't have any money.
Oh, let me rephrase. Would you want me to buy it?
Yes.
Aw, you used to be so cute.
I still am.
This title is another part in the Yoshi series. How many are there? What, 3?
I believe there's 4. This one, the DS game, the not counting remakes, of course, and Yoshi's New Island, and then this one.
What about Yoshi's Story?
Yoshi's Story does not count because it's a completely different game. And its main objective is different.
So the whole gimmick behind this game is that everything is made of yarn.
Well, more so it had handmade things. There are a few things that are not made of yarn, like the pixel art enemies.
And the water.
And there's enemies that throw non-yarn things at you later
Like
in the
scissors?
game. No, not scissors. That would be the ultimate weapon, though.
I mean, you could just cut a Yoshi in half and like, snip, you're done. Because Yoshi can contort its body to create different kinds of things with its yarn body.
Technically, you could do this in previous games, but this one it actually makes sense, because, it's yarn.
This game is a lot like Kirby's Epic Yarn, wouldn't you say?
Yes, except it didn't change up as much. The main difference is that you no longer have a baby on your back, so instead you have a health system.
Yeah, I wish they had the health system on the screen all the time.
You don't really need it on the screen all the time. If you really want to see it, then you could pause the game.
Do all enemies do the same amount of damage?
Most enemies do 5 damage. There are rare cases where they don't.
So why not just keep it like 3 hearts? Why do you need 20 hearts? Doesn't it seem kind of strange? In order to get 100%, you have to get 100% on health.
All of the flowers, all of the stamps, which are basically red coins, and all bundles of yarn, which is a new collectible to this game.
And the yarn, you can make new Yoshis with it.
If you get all 5 in a certain level, then you get a specific Yoshi.
Yeah, you were kind of strange on this one because you tried to do a completion sort of thing, and you did it.
I got everything.
Now, you use the money to purchase badges, and these badges you can use 1 per level. It just makes things a little bit easier.
You could actually switch up badges mid-level.
Right, if you don't think one of the badges is doing good, just try up another one. But you lose the money that you spent on the 1 badge.
There is a secondary mode to this. This is mellow mode. It makes egg shots much slower so that you can aim them better, and it allows you to fly infinitely. Not upward. You will keep a steady horizontal direction.
Did you ever play mellow mode, or was that too easy?
I didn't really play it, except for me trying it out in the first level. I didn't notice the egg throw thing, though, until later.
I found the default controls a little annoying. I had to switch it up to the B control.
I used B style, even though A style was actually the classic controls.
When you eat an enemy, it puts them into a ball of yarn.
Ball of yarns are basically like the eggs, except for the bigger one. It doesn't behave like the big egg.
When I saw Yoshi spit out that big egg, I'm like, ooh, you're gonna need some cream. 'Cause that's gonna hurt.
Another thing about the yarn balls is that they're a bit weaker than the eggs were. Like, for example, they can no longer one-shot a piranha plant. They can only stun it.
It wraps a yarn around it to hold it in place.
Wrapping up enemies is actually a reused mechanic, or puzzles. Like, for example, using it on Chain Chomp turns it into a Chomp Rock.
Now, there's a 2-player mode in this game, right?
Yes.
I tried to play with you, and you never would let me play.
No, you just rush ahead. I want to go get everything.
And when I tried to get you to play with me, you're like, I don't want to play with you. So I never got to test it, but do you think the 2-player mode's okay?
Hard to say, considering we never played it.
We never did get around to doing the 2-player mode, but I'd have to assume it's okay if it's anything like Epic Yarn.
They give you 2 Yoshis at the start, just so you could play 2-player mode without having to unlock an extra Yoshi.
Cool.
The gamepad use is kind of sad. The actual pad of the gamepad displays the exact same thing as the TV.
What did you want it to display?
It should have had a mode where it automatically displayed all of the collectibles, considering the Yoshi's Island games were known for having a lot of collectibles.
That actually would have been nice, because I saw you keep hitting the start button to see all that information. Why not just keep it on the gamepad? And then say, okay, I want to switch to the gamepad if I want to watch it. So what did you think about the game overall?
It was creative at times, however the mini-bosses were uncreative, because they just reused the same 2 over and over again.
Didn't they use bosses from the other games too?
They reused the enemies as bosses, but each of them fought a little bit differently.
What'd you think of the music in the game?
It was good at points.
Do you think it was too cutesy?
No, not really.
Because of Nintendo's rules, I can't actually let you listen to the music, but we can kind of describe it a little. You want to sing it?
No. I can say that I liked all of the bonus level songs. There's one for the main bonus levels and multiple for the final secret, super secret, secret, super secret bonus level.
So what do you think about the replayability?
There's a lot of collectibles, and if you don't get them all in the first go, then that's a lot of stuff you have to go back and look for.
Plus, if you want, there's also a boss mode you can unlock after you beat the game.
Yes, and that's basically sped up. You have to fight the bosses again, but they're much sped up, and it's very funny to look at what they do.
So, littlest reviewer, Yoshi's Woolly World. Would you buy, rent, sale, or skip?
Depends on what you really want to do. The game is very short if you are not going for collectibles, and it's easy if you don't go for collectibles. So, if you want a nice and easy game, then guess you could get it. It is kind of short with only 6 worlds, 8 levels each, but that's how it's been since the beginning. I think you should play the game, but it's not a definite buy unless it's really something you want. Either rent or sale really works.
I agree with you. I think that the game doesn't have a lot to come back to. It's adorable beyond belief. You could buy yarn Yoshis to add to the game to make more Yoshis to play. You 100%ed this in a week. So I think that's the definition of a rental game, if you could still rent it. If not, I would get it on sale for like $20, $30. But if you can, definitely rent it. Well, that's our review of Yoshi's Woolly World. Why don't you check out my last review of Color Bombs?
Or check out the classic review of the other yarn game made by the same developers, Herbie's Epic Yarn.
I thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe.